Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Bob Rock, and this is the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Hope you guys are ready for today's episode, and it's gonna be a little bit different today. Um, Please let me know how it looks. Um, is it okay? Am I clear? Can you guys hear me? I'm just waiting a little bit for a few more people to arrive, and then we shall see how that goes. We'll. I'm thinking maybe I don't cross post, so I'm gonna deselect that. That might be a little bit better. Can you guys hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me? Please give me a thumbs up or share or a comment or let me know what's going on, so I know exactly what's happening. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Trying something a little bit different for trying something just a little bit different. So hopefully the stream looks a lot better. Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so it looks like the stream is working just fine. I just want to get a few more people in. Wait for a couple more people to join in, and then and then we can begin. Wow, 2 minutes in and like nobody's around. Jeez. Ah, we got 2 viewers. Okay, I don't know where everybody is, but I'm gonna begin again. So this is your boy Bob Rock. Welcome to season 2, episode 8 of the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Please let me know how does the stream look. Is it a bit fuzzy? Is it okay? How does it look? Let me know in the comments. I'm just trying something a little bit different to how I usually stream, and it appears I have a fairly decent amount of control over the stream, which I'm actually enjoying. The only part I'm not enjoying probably is the quality of the stream, but you guys let me know. I think it should be okay. So how's everybody doing? How was the weekend? What did you guys get up to? So I had a pretty chilled weekend. I had actually planned to go drifting on Sunday, but had other plans come up to spend some time with the family. I think that's also very important, spending time with family. And yeah, it was chill, man. It was good. It was good. So, Wolf, quality looks like like the 80s. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I think perhaps it has a lot to do with the lighting. That's one. And then two is, well, it could possibly be my internet connection. And yeah, I've been trying to get a better connection, but so far this is what I've been working with. Perhaps now wasn't the best time to test it. I should have actually done a test stream before doing this. But yeah, look, I hope you guys can. It's not too pixelated but just let me know what's happening there. So today, guys, we have a couple very interesting topics to talk about. Some new products out there that I'd like to share with you guys. And let's see. Oh yes, a very important. On this week's Track Talk, we're going to be featuring a track all the way from Canada. They go by the name of Elite Drift Shop, and I think you guys are going to be quite hyped up about that. We had a great response earlier about the track, and also I want to thank you guys for the incredible amount of support I had on my poll on which track to feature next. So perhaps I should do another poll to see which part of the world to go and check out next. I am getting some more tracks to feature, so that's going to be pretty cool, and I'm sure everybody's quite interested there. I'm waiting for some feedback from Malaysia, and a couple more from Japan. I'm also trying to get hold of guys out in Australia and New Zealand. So guys, if you are out there and you know the guys from that part of the world, please hit them up or message them or tag me, and I'll get in touch with them and we will feature their track. I think so that the first thing I wanted to sort of mention, I think when we think about RC drifting and competitive drifting from around the world, one of the main events that everybody definitely looks at is the RCDC comps that happen like almost every year. So obviously now with the restrictions that we have with COVID and things, a lot of the major competitions have had to be postponed or cancelled, which was so bad. It was disheartening, but we understand why. So recently I came across RCDC who's put up dates for their competition, and it's going to be happening around November this year, so that's quite encouraging. Unfortunately though, unlike other years where international drivers or people outside of Japan were allowed to enter, this year they are not allowing any overseas drivers to enter. Thumbs down. That's awful, man. I mean, I understand why, but geez, it's a pain, man. However, it's nice to see that people or other countries and stuff, their competitions are starting to come together. I know out in the US we got Dory Lounge who's doing a comp. We got Super G who's doing a comp, and I'm not sure about Drift America just yet, but I know at least those two guys, those two places, they are doing starting to do comps. So get out there and support the comps, guys. Then let's see, out in the UK. I do see the tracks starting to open up. I understand that in the UK they are having quite a tough time with the COVID lockdown. I hope you guys stay safe and are okay there, and I hope things open up for you guys very soon. I'm sure everybody's very eager to get out and start drifting again. So it's really nice to see that you guys are starting to open up again, and I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing all of you guys there, and seeing all the comps, seeing the videos, the sessions. Don't forget, tag me and let's get the world involved in what you guys are doing. Let's see. So that's in the UK. The rest of Europe as well, I believe. The tracks are starting to open, and there are a few competitions starting to go on, so that's very encouraging. Here in SA, our tracks, we're actually quite lucky because we are on level 1 lockdown, which is, and even though they extended the level 1 lockdown, they actually sort of, what's the word? Um, they relaxed the lockdown rules, so we are allowed to get to the track. Obviously, strict COVID protocols, and we have a comp coming up at the end of March, um, and that's around the 27th of March. Um, Out at EDC, the Edendale Drift Circuit, which I am going to be featuring in one of the episodes, so keep your eyes out for that. And then let's see. Well, out in Japan, obviously, we have a few comps coming up there. Tracks are open. Where else? Where else? Where else? I think that's about it for the moment. All that I can recall at the moment. But yeah, it's encouraging to see that the tracks are opening up again. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. How's that? Is the light better? Sorry guys, I was at the beach on Sunday actually, so I got a bit of an extra tan on top of my natural tan. Okay, so that's RCDC. I find it interesting though that they their choice of venues is actually at an airport. I mean, why can't we do stuff like that? Is it because of all the security measures in place that we can't get ourselves a portion of the airport, or is it just is it that kind of a culture that Japan encourages, or and we discourage? Or I wonder why. It's just a curious thing. And yeah, let's see. Oh, that reminds me. The World Drift Matsuri. I know we kind of forgotten about uh, the worlds because of this whole pandemic and what. But we haven't forgotten about the Drift Matsuri, which is kind of somewhat planned for next year, 2022, out in Netherlands. I will bring you more information about the World Drift Matsuri. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and I am 110% sure that if it does go down, they're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of drivers, because everybody will want to be there. I think for all the people that have been to Worlds before, you guys will know what I'm talking about, where the atmosphere, just being there, the competition, sharing knowledge, meeting up with the friends, it's completely unmatched. And I'm sure you will agree that the next time a world competition happens, you guys will all want to be there. I definitely want to be there, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that I can get there, and that we have another quite a decent team to bring up there from South Africa. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna push to be there. I'm definitely gonna push to be there, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who I haven't met as yet will definitely want to meet up, because I want to meet you. I want to see all you guys. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. To the guys that just joined in, welcome to season 2, episode 8 of the B-Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter, where we bring you anything and everything dealing with the world of RC drifting from around the world. Also, just to let you guys know, or just so you can get the word out, if you know of anybody or any track owners that would like to have their track featured on the podcast, please let me know, or tag me or message me, and then just direct me to the individual, and I will get in contact with them, and we will make this happen. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the new competitive, or the new drift tires coming out from DS Racing. Shout out DS Racing. You guys are doing awesome work. It's nice to see that throughout everything, you guys are still in it, still doing stuff for the drift community. And as we can see, you guys, the drift community is supporting the company as well. I'm just trying to get the glare off my glasses, so if you see my head moving all weird, please excuse me. So there's I haven't had the chance to get my hands on a set of the new DS Racing tires, the LF4 and the LF5, but from the little that I have seen, it appears to be quite a really good set of tires, and a lot of the people are giving positive feedback about it. Hey Daryl, what's happening, mate? I'll sort our info out for you soon, bro. Work's been busy at the moment. That's okay, man. That's totally fine. Whenever you're ready, you send it through. I think I actually messaged you again, and not realizing that you had actually already given me your email address to sort out all the info. But I'm happy that you receive it, and looking forward to featuring your track when you are ready. Actually, I must give another shout out. I know I keep repeating this, but I must say another huge thank you to all you guys, the RC drifting community of the world. I really appreciate that you guys are responding to my request for wanting to feature your track, and really it's an honor for me to be featuring your track and bringing your track to the world, rather. So thank you very much. So back to our product review for today. We are talking about the DS Racing LF4 and LF5 tires. Now these were recently launched by DS Racing, and although I haven't been able to get my hands on a set of them as yet, what I did manage to get a hold of is an absolutely brilliant review done by a very good friend of mine out in the US, who also drifts at Dory Lounge, Justin Wilming. I'm sure some of you guys will know Justin from his fantastic, consistent performance out at Worlds, and he's a very accomplished RC drifter, and quite knowledgeable as well, and man, he does such a great review. So I'm going to read a little bit of his review. Full credit to Justin Wilming for giving me permission to use his review of these tires in my podcast. Like I said before, I haven't had the chance to get my hands on a set of the new tires, which is why it's not a personal review of the tires just yet, and I opted to use Justin's review. So I'm going to read a little bit and then chat about it, and then at around the half an hour mark, at around the 30-minute mark, we will get to this week's tractor. So Justin compares the LF4 and LF5, or rather should I say he uses the DS Racing FFs as a comparable tire to the new LF4 and LF5s. They are out in the US and at Dory Lounge. They are using mostly throughout the US. They're mostly using DS Racing tires, and it's quite interesting because I realized that most tracks out there, you guys are actually using DS Racing tires, and it's a few tracks that's actually using anything other than DS Racing, like Yokomo. We use in Yokomo, and then there's in Japan. Well, they use it. Well, they have a whole range of tires, anything from top line to R31. RCC, Masumi-san's track, they're using R31 tires there. Okay, so he's tested the tires out on carpet. So the results may be a little bit different compared to the concrete surfaces. The new LF4 and LF5s, they are much rounder than the WFWFs, and I believe, according to Justin, they are much more consistently shaped. I know from a few comments in the past, I believe there has been issues with consistency from DS Racing, where some of the tires were not quite round as they should be. So it looks like with the LF4 and LF5s, they have addressed that issue. So that's very encouraging to see that we're not going to have that issue of inconsistency. They sit much more square and centered of the rim. Again, we have seen that issue come up before with the WFWFs. Let's see. You can see the WFWF is more on the left, has a much more defined center of the tire compared to the LF5 on the right. Okay. See, the tires tend to sit relatively at the same place and have good contact patch. I think the rest of the stuff that he mentions here about his camber being at 4 degrees, and he makes references to some of the pictures that he did post on the comments here. That's more dealing with his actual setup there, but he does mention that throughout the lock and the camber that you're getting at lock, it's with the new LF4 LF5s, you're getting a lot more contact patch, which is what we are all trying to get, because I think we all know for rear wheel drive, your front end geometry is like critical to get it to run 100%. Okay, so he tried all 3 tires on both front and rear. Front tire testing was done on the LF5 rears. Rear testing was done with F0 Mark II fronts in order from least grippy to most grippy. So from least grippy to most grippy here, Justin orders it at LF5 least grippy, WFWF somewhat middle, and the LF4 is quite grippy. So if I had to compare that level of grippiness to the Yokomo, it will be like the DRA less grippy and the DRC more grippy. Okay, I can picture that. Both the front and rear LF5 had more slip than the WFWFs. They had a more smoother, more floaty drive feel in the rear, slightly slowing down the chassis as a whole. Okay, so I think we can understand from that it definitely slows down your chassis, probably making it a little bit more controllable, but also a little bit more slippery. So I don't know how other guys or other regions how you focus on your tuning, but here in SA we encouraged drifters to focus more on tuning the suspension for the surface rather than depending on the tire compound for the grip. So maybe you guys can leave a few comments there and let me know how and what you guys do it in your region. Like, do you follow the same sort of idea, the same sort of thinking, or perhaps you use a different method? You guys depend on the you rely on the grippiness of the tires. So let me know. Okay. Conversely, the LF4s had more grip than the double FWFs, but I think that's what he did mention, that the LF4s are a lot more grippy. In the rear, they had a much faster catch when throwing into the corner, a smoother and more consistent catch due to the better roundness, but not so much a noticeable increase in forward speed. Okay, so I think what he's saying there is cornering and grip. Your sideways grip seems to be increasing, and it's a lot more smoother and controllable on, but not so much. It's not giving an increase in forward push, or rather, not much more noticeable. They also felt smoother and better than the WFWS, and had a faster catch and steering response. Well, I suppose that's because it's a lot more grippy, so you'll definitely feel a lot more response with the more grippy tire. Can't tell if the extra grip was due to the plastic compound or if it's just better roundness. Okay, so I suppose um, it's gonna feel a bit different for each of the guys. Obviously, depending on their setup. Would definitely recommend the LF5's rears over the WFWS, and either LF4 or LF5 in the fronts. Both felt great, but one felt a little grippier. After driving, the tissues, the tires were also retaining less heat than the WFWS were. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. I know some of the guys you will remember from Worlds, where I think some of the guys ended up melting a few tires just a wee bit, and we were using the WFWS there as well. Tires overall, definitely a forward evolution to the fantastic WFWS. More consistent, offering either a little less grip or a little more grip, and overall big improvement in the molding quality. Okay, so as I've mentioned earlier, and as Justin has mentioned in his review, that there's definitely an increase in the consistency of the quality of the tires coming out of DS Racing, and clearly from his review, it appears that it's also an increase in the performance of the tire as well. So it's very encouraging to see such a fantastic product again from the DS Racing House. So it's about that time where we have come to our core of our podcast today, which is the Track Talk. And as usual, I will introduce myself in the language of the country. So today's Track Talk comes all the way from Elite Drift Shop out in Canada, and I hope you guys will enjoy what we have what they have to say rather from Elite Drift Shop. Sorry, I know I'm fiddling a little bit. I'm just a little bit nervous. Once again, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't want to butcher the language too much. So Canada, main two languages there is English and French. I believe that they speak more French. There's quite a bit of French spoken in Canada, probably more than English. I don't know, but I think they're pretty. It's pretty cool. So all this info was provided to me by the main guy out at Elite Drift. His name is Sebastian, and we're gonna get right into it. So this week's Track Talk brought to you by Elite Drift Shop out in Canada. And okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Salut, mon nom est Bobro. Comptez-vous de contrat? did I say that right? No, I don't think I said it. Salut Mono Ebobro. Mono Ebobro. Comptez-vous rencontrer? Elite is definitely French. Yeah, I know. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna repeat it one more time. I feel like I haven't pronounced it properly. So one more time for an introduction. Salut, mon nom est Bobro. Comptez-vous rencontrer? Ah, I like that. Okay, I think that sounded a whole lot better. I hope I didn't butcher it too much. Okay, so as usual, we posed the same questions to all the track owners. What's the name of your track? How did you come up with it? And this is what Sebastian had to say. The name of the track is called Elite Drift Shop. He chose the name because he wanted his shop to be a reference for RC drifting in his country, and well, he wanted it to be the best. Hence, he used the word elite in front of it. And I think, judging by the pictures which I have posted up, I think he's definitely achieved eliteness in his country. Thank you, Matthew. I must apologize if I butchered the language, man. I did practice it. I tried my best. I did practice. But yeah, I guess I'll just practice more. Okay. So his track is located in St. George's Street, city of Saint-Just-sur-Richelieu. Man, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It's in the province. It's in the province of Quebec, in Canada. I am familiar with Quebec. I'm just not sure how big it is. But from what I hear, Canada seems like a lovely, beautiful place. I'd definitely like to visit there someday. So you never know. I might pop up at Elite Drift Shop. Weirder things have happened. So his track is open from Wednesdays to Sundays, from around 1 o'clock during the day till 9 o'clock in the evening, and on Friday and Saturday they stay open till a little bit later, just to have a bit more fun. Track fee, guys, for everybody that's wanting to visit Elite Drift Track. Well, the track at the Elite Drift Shop, it's 20 Canadian dollars. I wonder what's that in South African rands. I haven't checked the currency conversion. I'll check it out. But it actually doesn't sound that bad at all. It sounds quite reasonable, to be honest. Is the track open to everybody, or is it members only? It's nice to see. Open to the public. I think that's one of the key things to making sure that your track continues to stay open, is that you open it to the public, open it to everybody. I mean, you can have your days and perhaps your times when you want just your club or your exclusive members to be there, but definitely a great idea to have it open to the public. The track is indoor and it's about a year and a half old, so that's very encouraging. Vivian, thank you so much, bro. 238 bucks. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to the track fee cost. So 20 Canadian dollars. I'm not too sure how it is for you guys, whether that's like within reason, but here in SA, a track fee of like that same amount, that equivalent amount, is like massive. That's an amount that will actually chase our people away. You'll only get like maybe 1 or 2 guys joining in. So for the guys out in SA who's watching this, please take note of track fees from around the world. It's not as cheap as what you guys are thinking, and you must take into account the kind of facilities that you're being provided. For example, EDC. And I'm sorry, I know I'm moving away from topic here, but I gotta address this specifically to the drifters out in South Africa. EDC is an amazing drift facility there, and you guys have no idea how lucky you are that you have such a fantastic track available to you guys. The fact that the track fee is what it is, and that your club fee is the amount that it is for the whole year, you guys don't realize what you're getting for that amount. And if you haven't, if you've been thinking twice about it, stop thinking twice about it. Just go for it. You're going to ensure that you have a fantastic facility that is constantly being upgraded for your betterment. So get out there and support the track. Look at the track fees. It's $238 out at Elite Drift Shop. At EDC, as Vivian just commented now, $45 at EDC, and that's for the whole day. And you have so much of knowledge and everything there out at EDC, guys. Okay, so I think for that, and thank you again, Vivian, for that. I think next week for our track talk, I'm gonna feature EDC, and I'm gonna bring you guys and let you know and let you see why EDC is the amazing track that it is. Okay, so back to Elite Drift Shop. Another fantastic track out there which deserves its recognition. Well done to Sebastian and all the guys that's assisting and helping to run that track there. You guys are doing an amazing job. The track looks amazing. It's an indoor track, about 1.5 years old. The track is painted concrete with a special coating. I'm assuming that the special coating is either maybe an epoxy finish, or perhaps it's a wax finish over the track. And their control tire is Yokomo Type Cs. Interesting. So I think we were just talking about that a little earlier, where we mentioned when I was comparing tires, the DS Racing to the Yoko tires, and that most tracks out there that I've come across are actually running DS Racing tires, and a few of them are running Yoko. So like us here in SA, and clearly they in Quebec in Canada, you guys are running Yokos. Totally agree, man. Totally agree. His shop looks amazing. The pictures are posted up. I got them from Sebastian, and thank you again for sending those pictures. Hey, what's happening, Rob? Good to see you here, man. Thank you so much for joining in. We are talking about the Elite Drift Shop and their fantastic track facility there out in Quebec, Canada. There are a few other places there in Canada as well that I'm awaiting feedback on. One of them being Afro RC. I know the guy, he's like horribly busy, but he'll get back to me. So back to Elite Drift Shop. So I asked him, as I ask all track owners, why open a drift track, and what's it like owning and running a drift track? And this is his reply. I opened my shop because the last one closed, and I wanted to continue my hobby with my friends. I quit my job and started to develop and build my shop. I like sharing my passion with people, assisting new drifters, and seeing their progression in the hobby. It takes a lot of time and effort. I can't lie about that. I think for those who know will know that we know exactly what you're talking about, Sebastian. Having a community following and supporting me is very satisfying, and it's helping me to keep going. You see, guys, this is what I've been mentioning so many times, that you need to support your local track, you support your local facilities so that it keeps running. And look at what Sebastian had to say about the community that supports him. He gains a lot of satisfaction, a lot of happiness from the support from you guys, and that's the thing that keeps him going. So, and it's very encouraging to see, and I'm very proud of you guys for what you guys are doing out there. Keep it up, keep pushing the hobby, keep going at it. Um, and it's interesting to see that also he's another one of the guys that have chosen to pursue their passion and their hobby and make something of it. So another person that comes to mind immediately when I think about people who chased their passion and made it their job is Vivian and with SRC. But we'll get back to that on another day. For now, I'd like to give more time to Elite Drift Shop and Sebastian and putting it out there for you guys. So I asked him what kind of facilities does it provide at the track. Yeah, for example, like a shop, eatery, whatever. So he has the drift facility, which is around it's in a 5,500 square foot building, which I'm assuming is big. We deal with meters here, so please excuse me. Um, and the track alone is 3,000 square feet in area. And judging by the size of the track from the pictures that I've seen, it is quite a decent sized track. Nice wide lanes, beautiful flowing track. I think they've done really well. We have a very large pit space and a complete RC drift shop, which I'm sure you've seen. If you've seen the posts on my page and my profile, they do have a very nice, very well equipped drift shop. Full Yoko lineup, over 300 bodies in stock. Guys, for all the guys that are looking for bodies out there, go look at Elite Drift Shop. Go look at Elite Drift Shop. 300 bodies. I'm sure we can clean out his shop. And I hope, and I'm assuming that he got some very nice and interesting bodies over there. So Sebastian, if you're hearing me, I'm going to be checking you out, and I hope you can I hope you can ship to SA. Let's see. So he's got anything and everything that you need. So a full Yoko lineup. He's got accessories. He's got chassis. He carries most of the big brands that we normally see. So Yokomo, SRC for all the accessories, DS Racing, RevD, OMG, MSC, Pandora, RC Alice, A Plastics, Tamiya, Topline 3 Racing, the whole shebang. The man got you covered. Whatever you need, he got the hookup out in Canada. So guys, you don't need to look outside of Canada. Here's your man, Elite Drift Shop, who has everything that you need. So take advantage of that, man. The guy's doing a good job. Take advantage of it. So one of the things that I always like to ask track owners is, how are they managing with the track, and what are the challenges that they are facing, and how do they overcome it? And the reason I'm asking all these guys the same question is, I'm not taking an official survey, but I'm trying to see what problems we are facing globally, and how each region is overcoming their issues. Because sometimes what can happen is, maybe out in like Canada, they have one issue and this is how they overcome it. That same solution can be applied to a track maybe in Malaysia, or maybe there's something out in Europe that they haven't thought about, but here Canada has the answer. So the idea is also to about sharing the knowledge as well. So he says last year was very stressful because of the pandemic. I think we all can agree, and it still is. Again, we all can relate. Rules in Quebec are changing every 2 weeks, and the track has been closed since December 24th, 2020. And we really feel for you, man. I think we all around the world, I think we all can relate to the struggle that you're going with. But I wanna give a huge shout out to you for keeping it going and still hanging in there and keeping your facility going for the guys locally there. Before the pandemic, we only had walk-in customers, so we had to quickly create and launch a website to continue doing business and keep the shop open. See, this is exactly what I've been trying to say now. They've had a problem where, okay, they went from customers all the time to nothing, complete shutdown. How did they come about it? How did they overcome it? They quickly went online. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree that now with the whole bunch of time that we have and being locked in, that our only escape is online, or going online, being online. And then also any project that we need, we can only order stuff online. So here, Elite Drift Shop, well done to you guys for quickly overcoming that issue there and getting online so that you guys can continue your business. Okay, so Wolf says we've been closed since October 2020. Yeah, I feel you, man. For them, it's even harder with the shop and the track. Absolutely agree, and that's why I say I'm so impressed and I'm so proud of Sebastian and his team and Elite Drift Shop for coming up with a solution quickly enough to keep their business going. And I think there's a lesson there for everybody, for other track owners and stores out there, that it's not, and I don't mean that you go online quickly to overcome your problem. What the point I'm trying to make here is that in the face of adversity, we got to push ourselves to think outside the box, and we got to push ourselves to think to come up with a solution as quick as possible. And here Elite Drift Shop showed how we can overcome a problem very quickly by just applying ourselves just a little bit and hoping for the best. And look, it's paying, in my opinion, it's paying off because they are still around. So do you host competitions at your track? How does it go? Is it strict, not strict? So they do host, they host a comp every 3 months with judges from DMCC, which is a Canadian drift series for real cars. Now that's pretty cool. I think it's very, very nice and very encouraging to see real drifters getting involved in RC drifting, even if it's not serious. Like for example, in this manner, at Elite Drift Shop, they're getting judges from the real drift series, which is pretty cool. I think it definitely would encourage more people to join in at the shop and join in RC drifting. So that's very, very nice. Perhaps perhaps we should start doing something like that. Try and get in guys from the real drift series to come and judge. I know in Japan they sometimes do that. They get 1 or 2 guys sometimes. Let's see. We plan to make North American and international events too. Hey guys, hey, now you are talking my language. Now you are speaking to me. So international event, yes, big thumbs up. And I think it's going to be fantastic to see an international comp come in, happen there. Very encouraging, very enticing. Very, very nice, guys. I will be looking closely at that. And then for fun, they have a challenge series every 2 weeks. Yes, if you are the kind of track that does competitions somewhat regularly, you need to break the monotony and break that tension with something random, something fun, which clearly they do as well. So there again, another lesson in keeping things fun, fresh, and less tense at the track, because too much of competition just makes things too tense, and instead of encouraging people, it'll start chasing people away. So that's pretty cool, guys. Well done, well done, well done to you guys. Keep it up. Most popular chassis at the track. 80% of the customers use YD tools in all the configurations. Again, it seems to be a common denomination amongst all tracks around the world. Yoko YD2, most popular track. Most popular chassis. 20% is made up of RevD with the MC1, Overdose GARM, and MST, FXX, RMX, and RRX. So they actually have quite a nice mix of chassis there, which is pretty cool. But again, like I said, Yokomo is clearly leading the way. So, with running a track, we always try to encourage more drifters to join us, more new drifters, and also just generally anybody who's interested in drifting and want to see what it's all about. So I always ask, how are we accommodating for new drifters and drifters of the future who's going to come behind us? We can't just set up things for now for us and forget about those who's going to come after us. We have to take care of the generation that's gonna come behind us. So they have a rental service for beginners, which costs $60 per hour for the first time, and that includes coaching. Okay, so I know guys will think that perhaps $60 might be a bit much, and I would say, look, it does seem a bit expensive, but when you take into account the total cost of the car, the time taken for the track owner to leave his business and then go and coach a new drifter, I think that the price that he set out is justified, because if a new drifter goes out there with your YD2 or MC1 and he goes full taps into a wall and things break, your repairs are way more than $60. So when you take into account those things, and then you look at, okay, $60 plus coaching, it kind of makes sense. And in 1 hour you can do a hell of a lot of drifting. So yeah, look, it is what it is, and more power to them. With running a track, you're gonna have a lot of moments that's gonna be like ingrained in your mind. Hey, Sebastian is here. Hello, Sebastian. Salute, Sebastian. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining. I know the time zones are crazy at the moment, and I apologize, but we're in two different parts of the world. But however, I am happy that you did join in. It is a bit late because I'm kind of like towards the end of your feature, but it has been fantastic reading and sharing your track to the world. A lot of people are encouraged, and now that you're here and I can tell you directly, I want to just repeat what I had said earlier, that I am incredibly proud of you and your team for doing such a great job with your track and your shop, and all the things that you're doing for the community there. And I wish you well, and I hope that you grow from strength to strength and keep the track going for many years to come. So well done to you guys. So his favorite moments and memories at his track. Hey Daniel, what's happening, man? So his favorite memories is the first competition held at the track. They had about 40 entries, lots of people gathering, lots of networking and friendships there, good vibes. Strongest feeling he's had about RC drifting ever since. And I'm sure all of the viewers here can definitely relate to that feeling and that atmosphere of just being amongst fellow RC drifters and checking out all of the fantastic RC gear, and then networking, and then making friends with guys you've only seen on Facebook or you've only chatted to Facebook, and then you see guys who are absolutely epic and legendary in drifting, and you've been like a fanboy of theirs, and then you go up and you talk to them, and then to see them turn around and just have this long conversation with you as if they knew you from the time you were little. I think it's the best feeling. So I can definitely relate to that, Sebastian. Future plans for his track. He definitely wants to evolve the track in terms of scenery and scale. So a lot more scale items and scale decor. He wants to add more space in the pits, so you can have more drifters in there. And then obviously to hold an international comp, which we've spoken about earlier as well. So Sebastian, like I was telling the listeners earlier, we are very encouraged that you want to host an international competition, and if you do, I'm sure you're going to get people from around the world visiting and wanting to compete. I, for one, have never been to that side of the globe, so I would love to visit Canada someday and hit your track, hit your track, and just have a blast there. You never know. I might just pop up one day, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so for the guys that don't know about Elite Drift Shop, here are the links. They are on Facebook at facebook.com/Elite Drift Shop. It's spelled exactly like that, ELITE Drift Shop, all one word. He is on Instagram as well, at Elite Drift Shop, all one word, all lowercase. And if you are encouraged or you would like to buy anything from Elite Drift Shop, his website is you guessed it, elitedriftshop.com. But he says here, available in America only for now. We had to block the other areas temporarily. What do you mean by that, bro? Do you mean that you are only shipping to the US at the moment, or do you mean that the website is only available to the United States, and anybody from outside can't view your website? Just I think if you could just clarify that part for us, I think that'll be cool. So I've also been telling the people about your massive stock of bodies out at your shop there with 300 bodies, and you know, I'm sure you have some very unique and rare bodies in there, and if you do, you know, drop us a hint, let us know. Maybe we can buy one or two rare bodies you have there. Maybe you ship to SA or ship around the world. Let us know. I can ship worldwide, but the website is okay. Okay, very cool. So for the guys out there outside of the US, like myself, And if you do want to purchase anything from Elite Drift Shop, I think the best thing to do would be is to go onto their Facebook page and then check out what you want, message them, and they will respond to you, and you can get your stuff shipped directly to you out from Canada from this awesome guy, Sebastian. And thank you, really, and I really sincerely, genuinely mean this. Thank you so much, Sebastian, for giving me the opportunity to damn Wolf, you threw me right off. So yeah, for giving me the opportunity of featuring your track on my podcast. It really is an honor for me to do so. And I want to wish you all the best for your track and your shop. And I hope that you get many more drifters and many more customers coming in. So lots of success to your track. If you just hold on 1 second, I think I might be able to make this a little bit clear. I don't know whether this is going to work. Okay, not quite, but well, so much for that. Anywho, so that brings us to the end of this week's Track Talk here on the B-Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. This this track feature was, or this track rather, comes all the way from Quebec in Canada, and all information provided to me and you guys by Sebastian. You guys can also check him out on Facebook. He is in the comments, so you just click and add him, and then I'm sure he'll love to assist you with whatever it is that any help that you need, or perhaps you're looking for some RC gear that maybe only he has out in Canada. Sebastian, there's really no need for you to be shy, my friend. It really is a pleasure. I'm very happy to have featured your track on my podcast, and I believe you guys earned it. I mean, in the poll I ran, Canada was like leading there for a minute, and then it was neck and neck with Europe. Imagine one city dealing with the whole of Europe. I think you guys did very well. It's nice to see that you have such a good community out in drifting community out in Canada. So please share the podcast with your friends, and I hope that they will enjoy the segment. The segment starts at about 27-28 minutes into the podcast. So you could share it from you could let the guys know when the Track Talk segment starts. Sorry, I'm looking one side because I'm also reading the comments there, so please excuse me. Also, Sebastian, if you go back to the Track Talk to about 27 minutes or so, I speak a little bit of French. Hopefully I didn't do too bad there, so let me know how that was. Dude, I did nothing. I honestly did nothing. All I did was I posed a few questions to you. You provided all of the info. You are the one that's doing so much, that's supporting the community. I'm just a face in front of a camera speaking a whole bunch of nonsense, and you guys are watching, and I'm just trying to make it a whole lot more fun. So really, the podcast is really made up by all you guys, all the listeners, the viewers, people messaging me, people tagging me, making comments. I'm constantly seeing posts in all of the groups and trying to grab information from there. I'm looking at all the different manufacturers and seeing what they're producing, and then trying to track their R&D and figure out, okay, what's the next fantastic product that is going to come out? What's the next big thing? That is what I am actually looking for. What is the next big thing that's going to come into RC drifting. I think we've seen flashes of some very different things out there. Like one thing that comes to mind, or one manufacturer that comes to mind, is Oriolife. Would they would their EX Zone E30 chassis, which I'd still like to get my hands on, but I haven't gotten there yet. And they've different layout. And then you have Rhinomax with their amazing layout and how they put their chassis together. And I think perhaps that would make for a good chat. The chassis like the Rhinomax, the EX Zone. Well, actually, I did feature the EX Zone in my earlier podcast. I think it was in season 1, if I'm not mistaken. TDP conversion is coming soon. TDP. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not familiar with TDP. What does that acronym stand for? TDP. You can just. I'll definitely check it out, but just I'm not sure what TDP is. Yeah, so I know a couple of good friends of mine got their hands on the Rhinomax. I know of one special guy who has a couple special Rhinomax versions, so I'm gonna speak to him and get his feedback on the Rhinomax and what his thoughts are behind it, and how does he feel about it, and how does it fit in to RC drifting, and what their vision is for RC drifting and their equipment and their gear. Yeah, there are a few other companies that's doing some nice work. And another great company is BMD Racing, Band Racing. These guys are producing stuff like every week. They're coming out with something new. I do like the adjustable magnet mounts. It looks pretty cool. I'd like to get my hands on that and see what it's like. I know that at first, when they first started putting out teaser pics, some of their designs were it was like almost a direct copy of things like Overdose. And then luckily for them, the community, the RC drifting community, pointed it out straight away, and then they changed up the design. So it's nice to come across manufacturers that listen to the actual community and change up and improve on their own design, so that they can actually produce a product that people would actually go and buy. Okay, Team Drift Pigeon. Okay, cool. Yes, I have come across Team Drift Pigeon before, but now that you're pointing it out to me, I'll definitely look deeper into them. Canadian company creating a new conversion kit for YD2 with a very nice product. Awesome. I will check it out. Or as my friend Rudolph from Poland says, Odjazdowy. See, I'm remembering my languages. Fantastic, Ben. Thank you for that. I'll definitely look into that. Maybe they would be keen on having a chat with me, and I could include it in my podcast. If you do know them, just pass the word on and let me know if they would be keen. Yeah, so we got new stuff coming in, Band Racing, and then obviously you have the OG brands out there that are still keeping things going, like your Como, NST. We got D-Like doing his thing. Man, I love D-Like. Not only because I think that the brand is like so awesome, also because I've personally spoken to them, and they are so Yoshizawa-san is like, he's such a cool cat, man, and he's always accommodated me for like years now. For years, I've been chatting with him and getting stuff from him, and he's such an awesome guy, such an awesome guy, and a brilliant brand to support. So if you're ever looking at going D-like, you should definitely go. Ah, so it's starting to rain outside. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Wolf says I bought some stuff from Band. The servo bottom fits RC OMG servos as well. Ah, okay. Yes, I have read that his servo covers, they do fit a number of brand of servos. So I think you just have to just make sure that you chat with them before ordering, so that you don't order a product that you can't use, like the servo cover. They don't fit every single servo. Just remember that, guys. Yeah. Let's see. Then I think in future podcasts, I'm definitely going to feature some unique products, some very different drift inspired chassis out there. I was very encouraged when a guy by the name of Nick, he reached out to me and said, dude, I have this custom chassis that I'd love for you to feature. And I have seen it before. I just overlooked it for some strange reason, and I don't know why, because this thing is nuts, and I can't wait to show you guys this unique drift product. Then I don't know, how would you guys feel if I got Danny, and I hope I say his surname right, Danny Hugh, yeah. And I know you guys, I'm sure if for the guys that's out there, I'm sure you guys know Danny Hugh from Danny Hugh Creations, where he is the one that's been doing this amazing, completely custom work, chopping and changing crawler chassis into drift chassis and adding military-inspired working figurines into his designs, and doing drift tracks with his scaled figurines and with the movements. This guy is amazing. So how would you guys feel if we got him onto the podcast just for a little bit, and maybe chat about his creations there? Yes, Wolf, the guy that makes those special rigs. That's the one I'm talking about. Let's see. They don't know exactly. They made it for Revdi and Yoko. So, oh well. I mean, what else do we run in our drift chassis? It's either Yoko, Revdi, or OMG. I'm kidding. We do Sevox also. We do a whole lot of other stuff, but I mean, mostly that's the stuff that we're using. Yeah, I totally agree. Danny is amazing. He's yeah, just it's a marvel to think that a mind can come up with such crazy and creative stuff. You know, when you really think about it, and you really think about what people have invented or have come across. You know, I think we underestimate our own mind power. I definitely think so. A lot of us underestimate our own ability to be better and do better. I think that we get so caught up with things that we forget how powerful we actually can be, mentally especially. Yeah, and I mean, we can see it being applied in RC drifting, in the RC drifting community, with the amount of products that's come across, and the amount of creativity, and geez, and the list goes on and on and on. Okay, Wolf says, and all the time he's doing new ones and ideas I've never seen before. I know, right? This dude is just like on another level. So, okay, I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he would be interested in joining me on a podcast. If not live, then perhaps we could do something pre-recorded, or like I've been doing for Chat Talk, posing a few questions, and then he can answer them, and I can relay that info back to you guys. So, guys, I think that's it for this week's episode of the B Rock RC show. Thank you all once again for joining me on my podcast, and for all of the support and sharing the link with all you guys. Singers Alien Band. Yes, exactly. Well, yes, like I was saying, thank you all once again for all of the support and the love on my podcast. I really appreciate it. I do have a few very interesting and very exciting projects that I am working on, and a few that I'm going to be working on. There's a few new products that's come onto the market that I believe deserve some recognition, deserves to be out there, because this is quite a quality product that's definitely going to add value and add performance to your car, and also so that everybody knows that you are not only restricted to brands A, B, and C. There's other brands out there that's also very good, also well performing, well made, of high quality, and can definitely increase the quality of your drift and add so much more value, and make your drifting a whole lot more fun. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I will be bringing that to you as soon as possible. Also, a very big announcement, which I can't make just yet. I know. It's a bit silly that I'm saying I've got a big announcement, but I can't make the announcement. But I have been restricted to making that announcement. But as soon as I can, I will. And it's very exciting. It's a very exciting project that I've been asked to partner with, and I hope you guys, I hope I do the whole community proud. So yeah, take care everybody. Keep well, keep safe. Make sure you and your family are safe. Make sure you sanitize, you use your mask where required, and if you are ill, make sure you get yourself checked out and medicated properly, because I do want to see you guys next time in my feed, in the comments, in spectating and watching. I do want to see all you guys. So thank you once again, everybody. Have an awesome week, and remember, if you do or if you are working on any new projects, please tag me. I want to see what you're working on, and I will perhaps feature you on my next podcast. So take care, keep well. See you guys next week. This is your boy Bob Rock on the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Take care, guys. Peace.